Welcome everyone. Thank you. You hear me well, I guess. So yeah, just to make a yes. Thank you. So thank you for joining us first, and thank you to all the Chamber of Commerce of ASEAN to make this happen. So today's session is about it's how can energy efficiency improve life in buildings. To answer to this singular question, we welcome, let's say, Kovi, Valoo, our country manager at Legrand for Cambodia, Augustin, our country manager at Legrand for Myanmar, and Loïs Beranger, project director at IDEC, as well as Benjamin Desplanque, let's say, business developer, development director at IDEC. So IDEC is a real estate operator and design and build company. And Mr. Tuan from Archetype. So Archetype is an engineering company. So idea is to have a kind of round table and to share inputs with a more holistic, let's say, approach, not only with the manufacturer of solutions, let's say, insights and presentation of new technology, but also to see how this can be applied by consulting companies and for end users. We hope this will answer to some question. Basically, idea is to see, should we choose? Should we make a choice between energy saving and comfort? Should we, let's say, what is the impact for all the stakeholders of choosing energy efficiency solution? Are there, let's say, ways to improve the experience of your customers, your employees, your stakeholders, or also experience of promoters, of contractors? And last but not least, what are the challenges that anyone can face to implement and choose and provide those energy solutions? So very quickly, before we go inside the subject, next slide, please. Some few words in 1 minute on Legrand. So our purpose at Legrand is to improve life by transforming spaces where people live, work, and meet. So this topic of today is clearly inside our purpose, and we aim at providing solutions that make life easier for contractor, make life also more comfortable for end user, provide simple solution, added value solution, or intuitive solution for all the stakeholders of the element of our ecosystem in the electrical industry. Next slide, please. So Legrand is present worldwide, and in particular in ASEAN, we provide we have at your disposal teams in all the countries of ASEAN, and we can provide more than 200,000 items of products. So indeed, it's a huge, let's say, offer. If we try to synthesize, next slide, please. Those 200,000 products go in 4 blocks. One is probably what you all know and the most, let's say, traditional from Legrand, from switches and sockets, but now it includes also all IoT solutions, door entry system solutions, and home system solution. A second one where Legrand has worldwide leadership in several solutions is cable management, so to provide all the energy until the point of consumption. And the third one, which we'll see more in details further, is about energy distribution, so from transformers to all, let's say, solutions of panel breakers, so to distribute the energy inside either the home or the building or the industry. And this includes also UPS. And last but not least, we aim at providing solution for digital infrastructure. So all, let's say, the elements that can bring data to your computer or to the data centers that you are using. So without any further ado, we'll go now into the different topics. We'll present some application, whether it is in building, in data center, and in residential. And let's say we'll start with Augustin. So Augustin, just on the first topic, may I ask you one question? What are the, let's say, the main active green labels that we are in Southeast Asia, and what can we see at what is inside these labels? So So we start well by Augustin.
Yes, thank you, Alexandre. We have so just to answer your question, we will see that energy efficiency now has a lot of we can say has a lot of we have seen many different solutions that could be implemented in building, and we will see in data center and in also in your home how we can implement these solutions. So maybe just to remind you a little information about how important is energy efficiency. You can see that 40% existing buildings consume 40% of the total energy. And construction industry has a huge impact on the environment. 40% of the raw material are used in construction, and you can see that 72% of the total electricity consumed is used in existing buildings. And this explains why Legrand and other players have developed some solution to reduce electrical consumptions. Energy efficiency is being pushed more and more by standards, by legislations. And for one investor today, we can see two main concerns about energy efficiency. The first concern is reducing the operating cost of the building by implementing energy efficiency solutions. And we all know that it's require an extra investment. And this in the economic chain, we all know it, that the investor needs to invest more. But there is a payback, and the return on investment can now be clearly estimated and even predicted. So this is very interesting. And the second concern is reaching and getting a certification that will bring an additional value to the building. The value of the building itself will be higher than a non-certified one. And this is even more true after a few years. The market value of the building will be higher than a non-certified building. And this is energy and efficiency solution is clearly a great choice for investors that are looking for a sustainable and a long-term investment. So maybe let's see a bit how the economic chain has been impacted, because we have seen that the investor need to invest more. Architects and engineering company like Archetype that are designing the solution has also implemented this solution, and us as Legrand, we are a product manufacturer, we are developing this type of solutions. So we can see that the impact was on the whole economic chain of the construction, from the investor to including, of course, the architect and the design companies, and also, of course, the product manufacturer like Legrand. We have seen in the world a lot of different certificates coming up. Some coming from the US. Maybe this is one of the most famous one, LEED. We have also BREEAM from UK. We have also some French standard HQE. But today in Southeast Asia, of course, LEED is the one that is maybe the most famous and the most common one, but we have seen also a lot of countries that have developed their own certificate. So I would like Mr. Tuam from Archetype will give you maybe a better overview of what is really inside this certificate, what are the ones that are the most famous one, and which one we will see more and more. So Tuan, I will let you move on the presentation.
Okay, thank you, Augustin. Yeah, I am Tuan. I work at Archetype and lead AP and Edge expert. So in Archetype, we specialize in LEED standard. It's a very well-known green building in system. Also, the Edge standard is from IFC, and we also have a logo in Vietnam, the Green Lotus certification scheme by Vietnamese Green Building Council. That is the three very important for our market in Vietnam. Can you move next slide? And yet you see there are many different green building certification systems. What I want to explain in here, they are depends on the priority of its system they want to look in on. For example, in Vietnam, we have a Vietnam QCVN09 is a green building Vietnam code. So they focus 100% on energy. Edge standard, they focus on energy, water, and material. But for LEED and several certification, they focus different category like water, environmental, waste, and construction, for example. So this is just to see if which system that fit into different client priority.
Thanks a lot, Tuan. A few words about IDEC. So IDEC is a global leader for any kind of real estate projects. We have several business lines. We do real estate development, we do land development, property development, and we also do design and build turnkey projects. We are very famous in France and Europe, and we are moving to Asia since 2 years to deliver the value for our customers. And when we talk about value, we also talk about energy efficiency, which is nowadays a key topic. It's a mega trend in the industry. And for sure, IDEC motto is always to create value for our customers. I'm going to show you on the next slide how we create value, for example, in Spain. So in Spain, we just developed the first XXL energy positive business park. So on this park that we have developed in Spain, we will build 1 million square meters of solar panels to power the whole park. And we will use some extra energy to power a hydrogen power plant as well. So it will be a kind of a green hydrogen production plant. So this is a very exciting project. It's the first of its kind in Europe. And this is to show you that we are very committed into sustainability. So coming back to Asia, we have actually a partnership with Archetype, which is a global engineering company with 1,000 people. What is interesting with Archetype is we work for blue chip industrial groups. We work with the biggest property developers in Asia, and all of them are telling us, how do you make it green? How do you make it energy efficient? The reason is their corporate strategy is to be green. Their corporate strategy is to be smart. So our expertise is needed in the design, in the project management, and in the construction of the project to ensure that the facility is smartly designed to achieve a high energy efficiency. Maybe we hand over to you, Tuan, for one of our projects in Vietnam.
Thank you, Benjamin. Okay, the ETHOUSE project, ETHOUSE 6 is a very important office project for our company, and this is the 16th story with 60,000 square meter. And the first thing when we look at the building is has to be the beauty is very important, and the building envelope is one of the key for energy saving. So we're looking for the high performance glazing and insulated roof and wall type, also the shading your windows. And our calculation for the energy saving is about 874 megawatt hour per year in terms of energy reduction. And it saves $70,000 per year, equivalent to 916 tons of carbon emissions. So it's very important when we propose and design with the passive side. But very important is the active system for energy savings. So I would like to transfer to Legrand for some of the energy solution.
Okay, thank you, Tuan. Indeed, Legrand has a very large offer dedicated to energy efficiency. It consists of high efficiency products, but also solutions which help in improving efficiency in your installation and similarly improve life. Our products meet the expectation of energy efficiency regulation and also the green building code. In our engagement to improve life, Legrand covers all the verticals, which are residential, commercial, and industrial. Our offer is categorized in 3 distinct segments, as you can see on the actual slide. So energy efficiency in electrical distribution in building, which cater for the backbone of electrical distribution. Energy efficiency in data center, which consists of optimizing the energy efficiency in new and existing data center, which I'll go a bit in detail later in this presentation on data center. Active power management, which consists of product and solution, which will manage third-party products such as lighting and air conditioning in order to increase the operational efficiency. We'll see on the following slide, energy efficiency in commercial building. If we do a commercial building, the equipment shown in the actual slide are relatively easy to implement on new projects, but however, improve the lives by considerably reducing the CO2 emission by using these equipment. These are high efficiency transformers, which are at the heart of electrical installation and which is permanently on. High efficiency busbar, which ensure the distribution of electrical power within building with very low energy losses. Power factor corrector, which is often next to the transformer in order to reduce what we call the reactive energy consumption, which can be considered as a wasted energy. Last but not the least, the energy management system, which will manage the utilization of light fixture depending on the occupancy of the building and the level of natural light that we have in the building. Unfortunately, due to limited time, we won't be able to go to in all the offer, but we'll do a focus on green transformer. An interesting study done by the European Commission shows that 2.5% of energy consumed in European Union was wasted through transformer losses. So using our Legrand high efficiency transformer ensure a consistent reduction in energy consumption, in financial saving, and most importantly, in the decrease of CO2 emission. We may illustrate this by a reference project that we did in Vietnam, but we can see on the next slide. Hotel. So Sapa Hotel is a 4-star hotel in the Sapa region, in the northern part of Vietnam. The owner was willing to have an ecologic hotel and Legrand meet its requirement by providing the green transformer. Though the initial investment was a bit higher than a conventional transformer, we will say, the return on investment was achieved within 6 years. Knowing that the transformer's lifetime is 20 years, the customer benefits of saving on 14 years till the end of life of the transformer. Well, with this element, we see that we can achieve a lot of saving and CO2 reduction within building if we give proper consideration at design stage. However, we have seen also in recent years an increasing use of digital technologies such as IoT, mobile device, or video on demand. This phenomenon has led to a drastic increase in data centers, which are known to be very high energy consumers. Benjamin and Tuan, may we have your view and experience in the reduction of carbon footprint possible on a data center, please?
Okay, thank you, Kovi. Archetype, we had work on the FPT data center in Ho Chi Minh City, and this is a 6-story data center with 4,000 drag, 30 megawatts. For energy efficient and green sustainability, the standard we're looking for is LEED. And at the Archetype, what we can do is it's a very simple building, but we are focused on a glazing of the envelope. So you can see it's very interesting building facades, double skin for energy saving, reduce the radiation. For MEP, we know that the ice storage have been implemented, but more MEP solution, I think, should be should be introduced, and I would like transfer to Legrand for some of the comment.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you, Chuan. So it is important to say that all the data centers face the same challenges. Legrand assists in improving life by providing solution to the three main pillars, which lead to reduction of operating costs, which can be led by interruption, optimizing the cooling system, and optimization of the server utilization. This can be achieved by the 4 steps illustrated in this slide, so which all start by measuring. So we need to measure to know where we can bring saving and where we can optimize. So start by measuring, and followed by reduction of infrastructure consumption, but could be elaborated on the following slide. So it is important to make the right choice on equipment. This equipment will be powered 24/7 in a data center. So it's very important to have a very high efficiency product. So our high efficiency transformers, high efficiency UPS, and high efficiency busbar help in reducing energy losses in the infrastructure of the data center, and consequently improve life by reducing the CO2 emission. Reduction of energy losses leads automatically to a reduction of the requirement for cooling power of building. If we talk, it is an important aspect to consider the passive cooling, which is considered, which can be seen in the next slide. So passive cooling, what is passive cooling? Passive cooling is a way of separating the cool air and the hot air in data center in order to achieve efficiency in the cooling system. So this is achieved by using a tailor-made, what we call containment, which will feed the data rack, the IT rack, with cool air in an homogeneous manner. Wherever the position of the IT equipment in the racks will have the same temperature and same debit of air within the rack. Legrand containment solution improve life by reducing the energy consumption in data center, but also increase the lifespan of the IT equipment. And last but not the least, reduce the downtime caused by maintenance and replacement, which can be very high cost in a data center. Furthermore, the Legrand data center rack designed in such a way to decrease air leakage through the rack structure. Thus, we use the use of special insulating material in our data center racks, ensure the maximum of cool air in the through the IT equipment instead of leakage, which can happen in the structure of the data rack. Additionally, Legrand can provide a full data center infrastructure management system, including intelligent PDU, intelligent hybrid rack transfer switch, and also what we call DCIM software, which is the management software for data center, which control and monitor the whole installation. I think we will do a good overview on energy efficiency that we can achieve on data center. Maybe now we can see with Chuan how we can do to achieve energy efficiency in residential sector.
Thank you, Kovi. We would like to present this project because I think it's very interesting. We use the S standard for residential project, and this is 2 bedrooms high-rise story, high-rise residential in Vietnam, and achieve H standard with air reduced 22%, water 21%. In terms of impact, it reduced 37%. But very interesting, this informed the investor that even the investment cost will increase $326 per unit, but the payback within about 3 years. So the investor, they pay less than $9 per month for 2 bedrooms. So I think this is one of very interesting green building certification that we apply for our project. Yes.
Thank you. We have seen that energy efficiency solution can provide an attractive payback. And of course, everybody is willing to get a lower electrical bill, but no one wants to sacrifice its comfort. So in summer, you will not switch off your air conditioning to do saving, but maybe adjusting the temperature of the room when you are not there might be the smart way to reduce the waste. So to improve our life and our comfort, Legrand has worked and developed some smart solutions that are able to reduce your electrical bill and to bring at the same time additional comfort. So we are going to see how really we can implement this solution in homes and in apartments and in residential sectors. So the first step is to measure the energy, because we know that when you start to measure, you can act and track your AV consumptions and try to understand why your consumption is so high and where you should act to reduce it. The second step is managing your lighting. We know that lighting consumption is still high and important, and we can also have some smart solutions to implement for the lighting. And also controlling the temperature. We know that temperature also, it's by well managing your temperature, you can do a lot of savings. The last point is about electrical vehicle, your electrical car. We know that the trend in Southeast Asia is still a very niche market, the electrical car, but we see the trend going up in Europe and also in China. And this trend is also going fast. So we already integrate all this because that's basically what we expect in an apartment, in a villa or in a house, to combine all these four, and that's the way we will be able to improve and reduce your to improve efficiency and reduce your electrical consumption. So from your smartphone, you will be able to know your consumption and you will be able to monitor it. And this is very interesting because also you can set up some alarms. For example, if you notice that there is no consumption on your fridge or your freezer when you are away, you can send receive some alarms that mention you that this equipment probably is not working properly. And receiving this type of information when you are outside your home can be interesting. You can also, of course, control your energy and also control your lights from inside your house. Of course, this is already what all the system is doing. But now also from your smartphone, you will be able to control your lighting, your blinds, your shutter, even when you are outside of your home. And also we have developed a solution that is also compatible with Alexa from Amazon and Google. So even with your voice, you will be able to control vocally all this equipment in your house. We have discussed about the lighting, but regarding the thermostat also, we know that it's an important way to do savings, to control the temperature, especially when you are not in your home. And this, again, remotely being able to control it from your smartphone or thanks to the integration we have. Electrical vehicle, also important. We can say that today, this trend in Southeast Asia is not maybe the trend that is the most active, but we see it maybe in Singapore, and when we see in China that the trend is also going up, people will expect also to know how and when is the electrical car charged. So this is also an important part that we have developed and integrated in our solution, and this will bring additional comfort to this. So we are very proud about this Evoke Residence project that is located in Malaysia, that has integrated all this Arteor Netatmo offer and being able to bring energy efficiency solution and combine at the same time comfort. Because that's the way we are willing to improve our life by having some smart solution integrated that can bring additional saving and additional comfort at the same time. So this project is around 300 apartments inside, and they are all equipped with Arteor Netatmo offer. So thank you for your attention. So I think today we have seen a lot of how we could really bring energy efficiency inside buildings, inside data center, and even inside your home. And I thank you for your attention. And we will show you a short movie. And after we will go through a question and answer sessions. So feel free to ask your question in the chat. Thank you.
Wow, that was a great little movie indeed, Augustin. Thank you very much. We will share the presentation. I'm Adam Koulaksesian. I'm the director of the Chamber of Commerce here in Vietnam, and I really would like to thank Legrand for this really insightful presentation. It was great to have also some case studies approach with IDEC and Archetype. I really enjoyed the macro and micro formats. It's quite hard and quite challenging to address such topics in such a short format. I'm sure we have a lot of questions and we will go further. I would like also to let everyone know online that you still have maybe some time to get in touch with our speakers today for a B2B meeting session after this presentation. And without any further ado, I will ask some questions that we received already. The first one. So if you're okay, gentlemen, I think it would be great to try to have maybe one insight from Legrand and one insight from Archetype, IDEC, to really see what we could think through together. So the first question is quite large and interesting. Is like, basically, we speak about energy efficiency as a global trend. We hear a lot about energy efficiency, but the question is, can we see different approaches in some different countries? So it's pretty broad and large, but we are very lucky today to have people from operating in different countries. So I might give the floor to one of you, maybe with Legrand on this question.
Okay, so well, thank you, Adam. Indeed, very interesting question. So and very broad. So it's true that internationally there is a clear trend toward the energy efficiency, and we see it only us. Look, international consultant bringing, let's say, also know-how, and these are accelerating trend in some other countries where there is less maybe impact. Intuitively, what we could say is that probably some rich countries or with more purchase power would have more ability to get to choose energy solutions, energy efficiency solutions. But this, I would say, first of all, now solutions are more and more affordable, so it makes that this is not just a difference between countries with purchase power and others. And second, there are mega trends that are being addressed, like well, the emergency of the climate, let's say, environmental urgency, increased expectation on green subject by all stakeholders, that make that energy efficiency can be applied, whether it is in Singapore, in Cambodia, or in Thailand. So we have examples of let's say major let's say offices building in Jakarta, where, as was presented very interestingly, LEED certificate is providing value to a building. So the investor can, thanks to this, sell at a higher price its building. So he's using also for this reason energy efficiency. Another one in Cambodia now with very high efficiency towers being applied with all the state-of-the-art solutions. So it's true that on our side there is this need of providing more competitive solutions, and that's the case today. But also let's say the trend is general, because now it's not only big companies looking at environmental and social governance; it's all kind of companies.
Thank you, Alexandre. Maybe someone from IDEC Archetype side.
So, Alexandre, your answer was brilliant. So I don't have much things else to say. You really make a very good description of what's going on in the market, and I would say a little bit the same like you. Europe and USA and Japan and China, they are way more advanced than Southeast Asia in terms of energy efficiency. But I can tell you that all our clients coming from Europe and America, coming to Asia, they demand an energy efficient building, and I'm sure that this will change the landscape in Asia very quickly, because I think that Asian customers and investors are very willing to go into high-tech business, to go into high-tech buildings, and I think the landscape is changing very quickly. So I think we should expect some positive development very soon.
Thank you, Benjamin. I mean, it's very linked, and you started already answering the second question, which is very linked, is when you talk to an investor, then how can you convince this investor to invest maybe a little more at the beginning toward energy efficiency solutions? Maybe someone from Legrand and IDEC and Archetype. I'm sure it's a whole thing. It's a holistic approach, as we said in the introduction. But what is the trick?
Or may I propose to Benjamin to start? It's like this after I will.
So I think, as I said just now, people foresee a sharp increase of utility costs in the near future, and that's why we believe that they are keen to go into energy efficiency building. Maybe today the cost of energy is low, maybe the cost of water is low, but maybe in 5 or 10 years it will be much more expensive. So it's a smart investment. It's a smart choice to go into energy efficiency. The second point is we see also a change in regulatory in all countries due to they signed the Paris Agreement, and they are very committed into changing the regulatory requirements for code and standards in the construction business. So I also think there will be a political pressure to convince investors that they must go for energy efficient solutions.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Yeah, so very brilliant answer, Benjamin. Also, it will be difficult on my side to complete. try to give another element. It's true that it's easier to convince an investor when the investor is in charge of both capex and opex, because he's seeing very directly the payback of the solutions. And in that case, let's say at this aspect, energy efficiency alone can be financed, and we can convince. Let's say it's easier, let's say, to convince the investor. Now, the problem is when the investor and the, let's say, end user are different, or the OPEX is not the responsibility of the investor. Well, I would say that in that case, it's question of package. As we saw today, in that case, energy efficiency alone will not be enough, let's say, to attract. It will be an element of attractiveness to give more value to the building, to let's say to provide some arguments to an hotel after to rent a room, to give those elements. But that's where the topic of today was also to improve lives through energy efficiency tools, because like this, energy efficiency is not a single commitment. And when there are countries, let's say, with less environmental awareness, some investors can be attracted also by having some solutions that are providing more comfort, providing more better design, better well-being. And then if it is an office, an investor doing an office, for example, the argument of having employees in a better office can help. If it is for residential, as you saw, well, for a home or for a promoter, it will be easier to sell because those solutions are also attractive to the end user and easy to use. So that's all this topic about improving lives, but it's not energy efficiency alone. I think one of the other topic today was to bring leadership to provide energy efficiency. It's true that it needs the willingness and help from government, as Benjamin said, change of landscape, also normative. This is very important. But even without those tools, there are some, let's say, elements that can be enhanced.
Thank you, Alexandre. We have 1 minute left for this Q&A session, and the last question is really, I think, focused on Legrand. And really, in 1 minute, what would be the we saw some app available on the Legrand solutions. So can we refer to maybe a website or something regarding this Legrand app to measure energy efficiency?
Yeah, well, thank you, Adam. So indeed, there are solutions, whether it is for residential, the one you saw was, let's say, home plus control that allows, well, to activate and to monitor and to measure all your consumption for your home at the different point of consumption, but also to activate. And this is the same in tertiary solutions. So we have all kind of metering. Let's say first is hardware, to be able to get through open protocols all the data required to measure the consumption. So but it's also control and command. So you can activate or deactivate some circuits and provide all these tools, and it's available on your phone if necessary, or let's say there are some energy management tools necessary. Well, we can redirect to legrand.com, let's say, website for such more information.
Thank you very much, Alexandre. Time's up already. Thank you so much for this dynamic presentation. It was very insightful. Again, now we have 45 more minutes with another roundtable, other roundtables. But after these, for 45 minutes, please remember that you can go directly and talk to the speakers of today through the platform. And you can, of course, go through us or directly through them. Thank you very, very much. It was very interesting. And I'm sure a lot of our attendees will go back to you today for further details. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Bye. Thank you all.
Bye.